Hello and welcome back to Second Take Movies, a podcast where we give movies a second look, second chance, a second take, if you will. I am your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me as always is my co-host, Jake Twido.
Get to the chopper now.
Get to the chopper.
I mean, it's not the right movie, but
no,
gosh, I still had the Schwarzenegger. Not the right movie.
That movie is so much better than this one because today we're talking about the 2012 remake of Total Recall.
Not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
No.
On the other hand, it's not great either.
Did you? I can't remember if we talked about this, but you may have talked about this on the podcast. Did you see the original of this?
I have not seen the original, but I know what happens.
Okay, man. Okay, yeah. Sometime you got to watch the original.
Okay.
I think the original's better. The campiness makes up for the plot falls, and I don't know. But,
well, this was like based on a Philip K. Dick book, so I mean, the source material is not really.
We can remember it for you wholesale.
Yeah.
10 points. I mean, like Philip K. Dick, didn't he kind of inspire legitimately every movie in the past? I don't know.
Well, he wrote "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep," which became Blade Runner. So
yeah,
he's heavy into sci-fi.
Isn't he? I don't know, man. I should look this up. Like, he's the originator of sci-fi, isn't he? I mean, like,
I mean,
yeah.
There's people that say like Jules Verne is, and
Jules Verne, League of Fantastic Gentlemen, fantastic. Yeah. What?
Yeah. But the story for this: a factory worker, Douglas Quaid, begins to suspect that he is a spy after visiting Recall, a company that provides its clients with implanted fake memories of a life they would like to have led, goes wrong, and he finds himself on the run.
You know what? That one's good. That's good. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reviews for this one, the positive from Stephen Persall at Tampa Bay Times. Farrell's diction is a noticeable upgrade from Schwarzenegger's, but there's also his superior portrayal of sweaty apprehension and killer instinct.
Yeah, and you know what? Colin Farrell is a fantastic actor.
Yeah, I wish he got to use his Irish accent more.
Man, I'm so happy you said that. That was my biggest disappointment. Don't let him be American in this. American, English, whatever. Let him just be him.
He has a great American accent.
He does. I didn't know he was Irish until 4 or 5 years ago.
I didn't know until I watched that episode of Scrubs he was on.
I watched In Bruges, and I went, what is going on?
Actually, no, it was probably that Daredevil movie where he played Bullseye.
Oh, he played Bullseye.
Yeah. He was having, that movie is so terrible, but he was having
a field day, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he was the best. I mean, like, I could watch that for him. Like,
yeah.
Which has a lot. Like, Colin Farrell is a phenomenal actor. He can carry any movie he's in.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter carried it. Not Harry Potter. Big Boy with the Big Beast and bullcrap.
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, just keep him as anyway.
Yeah.
He should have been.
All right, podcast guy. Over. Colin Farrell, fantastic. Everything else,
actor.
Whatever.
Slant Magazine said, with our negative review, said Len Wiseman's Total Recall's a trifling mess as superfluous as a third breast.
I can roll with that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things in this movie, just like that third titty, didn't need to be here.
Which, I mean, if you're going to make a Total Recall remake, you got to have third titty.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I was a little... God, it's going to sound demented now. When I was a little kid, two things had three titties. Jaws from... I don't remember what James Bond movie that is. Goldeneye, maybe? Wherever Jaws is the villain. He's got three titties, apparently. And then this girl in the original Total Recall, three titties. Which is crazy. Like, this movie has a sexual rating because of those three nipples. That's it.
Which you don't even see them.
Oh, you see? Whoa. Where were you? You see? Oh, boy. You see three cups. You know what I'm saying?
I watched
C3PO.
I watched the version on Netflix.
It's legitimately 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. I must have just missed it.
No. You can glare over it so fast. It was.
I know there's an unrated version.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know. My whole problem with this movie, I think it's a good movie, is it screams, we're redoing another movie.
Yeah.
Like, even Colin Farrell, fantastic. I got a lot not to say negative. Well, I have a lot of positive things. That's better. But it all screams, we're paying tribute to another thing.
Pretty much.
And that scene was like, you don't even need these 3-titted girl to pop in.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
So it starts with Colin Farrell waking. He wakes up in like a hospital or something, right?
Yeah. He wakes up in a hospital. There's people attacking him. Seventh Heaven. Jessica Biel lets him escape. They're almost out, and then the pivotal moment, they get shot in the hand together, which points for them. I've watched the original one. This movie does a lot better of connecting a lot of dots.
Yeah,
between the two. Granted, I think the original's better. I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So he's in this hospital, and she tries to get him out, and then he wakes up in real life. Air quoting for the audio people.
To be dreaming of Jessica Biel at one point, and to wake up to Kate Beckinsale the next is pretty great, in my opinion.
Preston, I'm married, so I'm going to get in trouble. But for you, okay. I'm just going to ask you, what's the Biel, Beckinsale? Where's the teeter-totter here? They're both, brunettes.
I have to give it to Kate Beckinsale for Underworld, dude.
Yeah, I think so too. Jessica Biel's kind of a just no.
Yeah.
No. Cool. Well, my wife isn't here listening right now, so yeah, Kate Beckinsale. But you know what? Man, dead seriousness. So, talking about acting, I don't know. The original movie's different than this. You don't stick with the wife the whole time. Right. She gets shot in the head, and Michael Ironside's the carrier of it all. Guy from Starship Troopers, old man, original, bald head.
In the original.
Yeah, in the original. Yeah. So Kate Beckinsale sticking alongside the whole movie is wild. I did not.
Which in that one, in the original, it's old girl from Sharon Stone.
It was Sharon Stone.
It was Sharon Stone.
That's crazy.
I knew that much about the original. I hadn't seen the original.
That's crazy. And look, again, I'm probably going to repeat this 500 times. The original is so more campy, and just it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's
this one is more your straightforward action movie.
Yeah, it makes this all way more realistic in a good way, enjoyable, maybe in a bad way. I don't know, but
yeah. But he's a factory worker who is not real happy with his lot in life. He lives in these huge cubicle areas somewhere. In this movie, there's nobody's on Mars. It's the colony in Australia is where everyone that works lives, and then there's England on the other side of the planet, and there's this elevator that shoots people to England to go to work.
And that's probably, honestly, of all this, the biggest thing between the two is you had Mars in the original. This one, you've got that going through the court, which makes an incredible sequence later of gravity.
The fall.
But the fall.
The fall rules us all. Which is spray painted on the side of a building at one point in this movie.
Yeah.
So old Colin Farrell, he's a little depressed, or Douglas Quaid is his name. No relation to Randy or Dennis.
By the way, The Boys, fantastic. Everyone should watch it.
Great
Jack segue.
Quaid as well, yeah. Great segue. Oh shoot, what was I saying?
This is what I do best, man. When you think of something, I just interject and go, Welcome to this rabbit hole,
Right.
Bob.
Oh, he's unhappy with his lot in life, and he's a factory worker, and he gets turned down for a promotion, and he's thinking about going to Recall to get some memories.
Preston, would you do Recall?
See, no.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it, man.
I don't think we'll ever be advanced enough to mess with brain chemistry, basically.
I'll go
And
ahead
if
and
we
tell you, like,
ever do, I don't want it.
I've done a sensory deprivation tank.
I'd like to do that.
It is good. It is very, very, very weird. Like when I do it for like an hour. I've done it twice for like an hour straight. And 30 minutes in, it's pitch black. You really hear nothing. You feel nothing. You're just, it's trippy, man. It's
Makes you
weird,
think.
but yeah, it's good.
I've seen videos of people coming out of those things, and they're like, "Oh, bright-eyed and
Yeah,
wild looking."
it'll screw you up, man. Look at 11 from Stranger Things. Screwed her up. But yeah, it's kind of funny though. Colin, it's funny for me to look at like the Colin Farrell doing this job, the Arnold Schwarzenegger doing the job.
Mhm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was drilling, getting minerals.
Yes, and in this one, he's Colin Farrell is building robot police for the capital or colony. Or
Yeah, it's kind of bonkers. Like I thought the beginning of this movie so short. You meet his best friend, who
yeah, it
does
like gives
nothing.
you the setup real quick.
To which I mean, like I almost watched the first one, not the first one, the original.
Yeah.
I didn't have time, but yeah, there's a lot more in the original of character building. But yeah, they just kind of throw Douglas Quaid straight at you. But he, they go have a thing. He gets rejected. He decides his wife is like, I've had a long day. I'm going to go to bed early. He goes to the bar, starts drinking beers, and is like, oh, I'm doing this recall stuff. Like, forget it. I don't care. I'm doing it.
And his best friend
And
tells
that's
him
when
not to.
John Cho shows up, which freaked me out.
John Cho with blonde hair.
To see him. Fantastic. I saw it and said, well, clearly the writers of Cowboy Bebop screwed it up, not the acting. I'm going to ride that train till I die.
I never finished that series, so.
Good on you. Good on you. But what an interesting concept, though. They, he gets hooked up to the, I don't think there's a machine name for it, but basically it's a machine that lets you live memories. They can plug it in you. It's VR, but
for your brain.
AR, yeah. So while they're doing their checks, there's a trip safe is held off of. Oh, something's wrong with you. Which
because he chooses the secret agent memory, and he doesn't know that he's an agent. Spoiler alert.
Which, with this movie, I hate it. They didn't really follow through with it. I think the first one that did it more. And I want to ask you here, Preston, is this whole movie actually Recall?
I don't think so. I think it's a very straightforward, like he was actually an agent who got sent into that rebellion and then turned with the rebellion to bring down England.
I think with the reboot, whatever, the recall of it, it's more straightforward. The first one, it ends, and I still sit going, ugh, what was real?
I have seen the end of. I think I actually have seen bits and pieces of that movie.
You've definitely seen it. You've definitely seen
I've seen the shot of like him and an actress on the surface of Mars, and you're kind of left wondering, is it?
I'll tell you this though, man. The action scenes in this movie are spot on.
Oh yeah, they're great.
It's kind of fun walking out of Equilibrium second to last time we talked. Into this is a very similar movie. This is extremely similar, but it's done better.
And fun fact, Kate Beckinsale was married at the time. She was married to this director who directed all the Underworld movies.
Is she still married to him?
Nope.
I figure when those ended, she'd end, but
she cheated on Michael Sheen with this director, and then I think they got divorced in like 2019 or something.
Well, my connection to this, not my connection. Wow. Not even the same connection. Colin Farrell did Minority Report. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
God, I
Great
just
movie.
rewatched it. Also a Philip K. Dick movie
Of course.
or story, and then doing this now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so not the same connection of nope, not the same connection at all.
Well,
I got
Colin
very
Farrell.
lost at looking at notes.
Colin Farrell's in this movie, and then he's
Yeah, in
also
both.
in Minority Report.
But man,
So.
like that, I was amazed. I mean, I know it's like 2012,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole action sequence where you got the spin around going on between
yeah.
him
With the floating cars and stuff.
I don't. Oh, even before that, in the actual like dream area, whatever for Recall.
Yeah, Recall is what they called it.
I don't know how they filmed that. I watched it 4 or 5 times now. I don't understand. It's not CGI.
No,
I think it's
just
legit cameras. Yeah, but I mean, it is wild.
It had to be some kind of camera rig that they specifically rigged to like move to those certain areas.
Yeah, but I didn't care. At this point, I went, all right, this is perfect. I don't care.
But after he Jason Bourne's a bunch of federal police down, because that's what it reminded me of. It's like, oh, I remember.
Same deal.
His skills wake up basically, and he takes down, because these federal police crash in, and he takes them all down. Runs back home, and his wife is an agent who's been watching him this whole time.
How quickly did that twist hit you?
I think it was like 20 minutes in, dude. I honestly did.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was coming, so I was like, all right, yeah, she's an agent. Like,
I mean, she obviously is, the way she's acting at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And we see Jessica Biel open the movie.
Colin Farrell's not that hot, Preston.
Yeah.
Yeah. With his American accent. He's ugly.
So she tries to kill him, and they have a pretty rough fight in the house that they have.
Yeah, which man, don't edit this out for sure, but
okay.
I've just got this weird, like, I don't think the two of them would have an even fight.
No,
and that's part of my problem with this adaptation.
I feel like you could just chuck. I mean, I would assume her characters had training and stuff.
Yeah,
and
but like, oh boy, here we go. Look, 2 punches up, 1 punch down, she's done. No, like that's where the original like held up. Like Michael Ironside and this military group are following him. They're doing all this stuff. It's not his air quote wife, which I kind of enjoyed. I mean, I did. Like, I didn't believe it, but I kind of enjoyed the whole thing. Like, that was a cool change. But
yeah,
no,
kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That is my notes exactly are. Someone saw Mr. and Mrs. Smith and said we should make Total Recall that.
Yeah.
So Kate Beckinsale is evil.
Yeah.
Colin Quinn, I can't call him Douglas. Douglas, I should, I guess. They have a huge chasing. This movie, it's crazy, man. Like, I feel like this movie's 3 chase scenes. That's it.
Most of this movie is that big chase scene when he gets revealed. Like, I feel it just all bleeds into one another.
Yeah, it's 2012. It kind of holds up. Like, I watched that whole scene 3 times.
Yeah.
CGI's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's just weird. Like, it's not weird. I don't know. That freaked me out of, oh, this looks good, you know?
And it sounds weird,
change, so.
But an entertaining chase does not necessarily a great movie make, if that makes sense.
No. Yeah, it was cool to watch, but I tuned out a quarter into it.
It was kind of, where it got real silly is when they got to that hotel with all those elevators floating everywhere.
Yeah, that was.
I was like,
ridiculous.
Okay, this thing has gone on way too long.
Yes, and there you go. That's the proper review for this movie. Is these things have gone on way too long.
I mean, it's fun and great to look at, but
yeah,
we got to have a break from this.
And it's all kind of like this mud.
Mm-hmm.
That entire from that chase scene onward, all the scenery, everything that happens, it's the same. It's just kind of like I don't even know the right word for what it is.
Yeah.
This weird like techno vibe. Like okay, no.
Right. So after we get all that, he makes it to his past lives. Oh, we forgot. He's got a phone in his hand
That was dope. That was real dope.
that gets activated.
That was the coolest thing. And like if you touch it on glass, it
does a video call. Which is
cool.
The other person looking at a camera when they do that, or are they also? I mean, far be it from me to criticize future technology.
Hey, look, buddy, it's a guy from the future. Don't ask.
It's like
I
read
the same note as you did.
It's like holograms when they're having a meeting in a Marvel movie, and it's like, where's the camera?
I know you can cut this if you want to, but we both work in the IT world. Have you seen a hologram in real life?
No.
It is the most gut-wrenchingly awkward thing. Like, it's weird.
I feel like it would be, though.
It is very disturbing. I've seen a hologram of a dead person, and it has been very uncomfortable.
I bet.
The dead part, yes, but more of the 3D aspect. Like, you could... I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. This,
like
Total Recall sucks. Let's end this movie.
Yeah.
Let's end this.
But this guy tells him that he needs to find a key. And this is all before the whole chase scene we just talked about.
Yep. I absolutely loved him cutting the phone out, giving it to some tween tripper. Like,
yeah.
Here you go, Bob.
He's like, yeah, I'd get rid of that phone.
Phone,
He's like, it's in my hand, bro. He's like, well.
So I can deal with gore. I can deal with so much stuff, but like needles and people cutting it. Oh God, yeah.
I can't do bones sticking out. I can't do that. I can do anything else but that.
Yeah, that sucks. So how did you feel about Stranger Things?
There was no
sticking out.
There were no bones sticking out, so I was good.
Yeah.
But
he gets the encryption of 10549 bank. And he goes off to the bank to go to the safety deposit box, a la Jason Bourne.
Mm.
The pace awkwardly picks up, which I don't know if you got the 10549 reference. It's Jedi. You do the numbers to letters. It's JEDI.
God.
Yeah, that's when I went, okay, you guys are effing up from the original at this point.
God. Okay. But he finds his way to the apartment. And is that where he finds that black key? Is at the bank or something?
Yeah, he finds in that safety deposit box, which is crazy. And the original does this. It goes from deposit box discovery to apartment, like boom. But he gets the weird thing. You get this weird collar, which again, this is a remake. The whole movie screams lazy writing. We're a remake. Yeah. But there's such a sick callback of he leaves that bank and then we're at like an airport and they're going through security.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the different passports where the passports you can scan under the collar and become that person.
Yeah.
This is gonna get dark. I didn't watch Total Recall until Corona started because there was a sick meme of this redheaded lady going 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. It's from Total Recall, the original.
Yeah.
Because Arnold Schwarzenegger is so like. Do you remember when he comes through? There's a lady in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the original. It was her.
Oh, okay. I wondered what that scene was where like she goes through and looks back and he gets stopped. And I was like,
that's all the reason that was there. But like, there have been many people I know that go through customs and make that comment. And it's just humor. It's funny. The crappy movie, the original one, stuck on, but that's the whole joke. But
yeah,
what is stupid funny? Just like, It's ridiculous.
Fake out, basically.
Honestly, like after this, go on YouTube, watch that clip, and you'll roll your eyes so hard. It's just ridiculous, but it's good. But this did it better without
It's
Arnold.
ridiculous, but it's good.
Yeah, the ridiculous good.
So he gets that little black key, and he's playing piano in what is, I guess, is his apartment, basically. And
yeah. After the whole weird Minority Report car chase scene, which was cool, but
yeah,
who cares? Yeah, you get there, and he daydreamed earlier in the movie of, I wish I could play the piano. I wish I could play the piano. He says it like
it's like, okay,
7 times.
bro,
Sorry,
we
look
get
at my
it.
stuff. Yeah, which, pretty good setup, whatever else, but sticks that sucker in, and he gets this weird hologram interaction with him.
Also, that's the thing. How does he know to play that tune to open that hologram message?
We don't have enough time for this, and I don't want to be a weirdo. There are so many psychological papers about, I can't remember the name of it, but basically like training your mind to respond. It's hypnotist, but there's a like better scientific,
like Pavlov's dog, then.
Kinda, yeah. At the ground root, that's it.
Because he sits down and starts playing it and notices that like there's something missing, or
what it really becomes is something called lazy writing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it becomes. Like, great concept, lazy writing.
Yeah. So he unlocks a hologram message to himself.
An interactive hologram, which I was not ready for.
Much like the opening of iRobot is limited in its responses. How do you know what responses to put in the hologram recording?
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like, I've programmed AIs.
Okay. That
is so ridiculous trying to figure out what to do. Like, the amount of time the guy had to prepare that, there's no way. Like, the AIs I've programmed, it's like a year and a half of feeding responses and stuff like that. There's no way, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's some bullcrap there. But, hey, movies, awesome.
Oh, yeah. Movies are great.
Yeah, and it was fun. And that's when you decide Jessica Biel sucks. Kate Beckinsale's the best. Go for her.
That's right.
Hold on, my wife's home now, so don't make any comments about not that she cared, because I said it to her. But yeah, but this is my part where I have a problem with the movie.
Okay.
The whole like hairbone, like, you talk to yourself, you've got this plan. Nothing's actually mentioned.
Right.
Like, how did he get his plan? It's just kind of like, oh, here's what I'm gonna do. Dude, no one told you anything. You're just gonna go find
go here because yourself
Copenhagen or whatever.
Copenhagen, played by Bryan Cranston. Which,
let me tell you something.
This was the time when Bryan Cranston wasn't everything. So go ahead.
He got a paycheck in this, but I watched this and said Bryan Cranston is a phenomenal actor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, he's a joke in this, just like Power Rangers before with us.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of other things. But, like, God, Bryan Cranston, dude, he is so good. Like, when he actually showed up, I'm like, I love this. This is phenomenal.
It's like we talked about last week. Alec Guinness phoning it in was like a great performance. I feel like the same thing about Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, like, oh, God. I mean, we've seen Bryan Cranston not phoning it in, which was, Breaking Bad.
Which was like a great 5 seasons of TV.
That's probably the best TV I've ever watched.
It's sad, but it is great.
Yeah. So he gets the key. Then they figure out that they've got to travel
underground.
Here's where I get confused. And it's the original movie messing up with me. They got to find, I call him Copenhagen because I'm a redneck. Yeah, Matthias. Thank you. It is not Copenhagen at all. That's Bryan Cranston. He does dip.
Cohagen.
But Cohagen. Do they go through the fall to find him?
No, they
They
go
go to that.
underground, like in the
Yeah,
subway somehow. I just don't know how they got there because I just looked up and then they were on a train.
but they go to the outer realms, which this is where this movie is more believable, but it sucks to the original. In the original, Schwarzenegger goes to Mars, man, and it is a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
And like they put the masks on, to help them breathe. Now Schwarzenegger is probably one of the worst, coolest, worst. It's good. It's not the worst, but effects in the world is Arnold Schwarzenegger's face being like popped.
Oh yeah, that I've seen like that
Yeah,
clip of like it bulging and it just pops.
that's him on Mars. So kind of broke my heart. Like, man, you guys, it's good. They made it more realistic, but
They went like again. They went with the more straightforward action movie.
yeah. And you know what? Again, I've said it earlier, and hate to say it this far into the podcast, but hate to say it this far in the podcast. Don't mean to repeat it, but
Yeah, don't mean to repeat yourself, but
yeah, but this movie does Total Recall better. It's just Arnold Schwarzenegger is such a hoke. I don't know
oh
what
yeah,
the right
like
word is, but
I get the sense that first movie is like real wild and crazy because like
yeah, and you watch it and you're like, yeah, I want to do cocaine. I want to cook all the cocaine in my world.
because there's like a head growing out of somebody's stomach and
Yep, and
all
3
this other
titties. Well, this one's got
wild
3
stuff.
titties too, but you do get, so in that apartment, the most important part of all that, I think, like the story's moving along. You get the
Mhm.
earlier in the movie, Douglas, Colin Farrell, whatever, gives his new guy the "don't put your hand in front of this. Look at my hand. I got a scar here."
Oh yeah.
But in the apartment, you figure out, oh, Jessica Biel's got the same scar.
We have matching scars because we were holding hands when we got shot.
So stupid. I'm glad it pays off later, but it's still stupid.
It's like True Love's kiss.
Give me 9-nippled girls and give me some dope Schwarzenegger. Oh, sorry.
Give me
yeah,
nine
but
titties.
hey, but you know what though? Like, to me, this movie at this point, it got good. Like I said,
Yeah.
this is a good movie. Like, this is actually good. Like, they're actually doing some stuff that's solid. Then it starts moving so fast and weird. They go see
like it felt like when they met the Matthias character, they were like, oh crap, we've just had a whole movie full of chases. What do we do now?
yeah, we got to be serious for a minute,
Yeah.
But he gets to Matthias and they put him in the memory recovery device, which is pretty much recall.
Apparently memories are a thing that you can back up and store just like any file. Okay. Which I guess is why they have Total Recall, like why they have the recall plays.
But pretty dope. I mean, not dope. I don't know. Pretty actually lazy. He's a double agent. He was one of us all along.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Bryan Cranston shows up and shoots the guy. Like,
yeah.
Just like the original, though,
Just
very similar.
Bill Nighy, just bang.
Yeah. Which is where, again, not to beat a dead horse, but the original is so campy and stupid. You see it and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's great. This one, they do such a good job of making it real. That happens and you're going, excuse me, this is crap. Which was really weird. At that point, Kate Beckinsale, I think you're believed to think that she's like twisting sides. Like she's angry about she got let on.
Yeah, because she didn't know who she was. She just got assigned to this guy, and she didn't know who he was monitoring. Apparently, he's a very famous agent, but nobody knew what he looked like. Is the vibe that I got.
Another huge problem. Like, are you kidding me? If you're that famous, people know who you are. People know who you look like. This is stupid.
If you're that much of a legend within that government department or whatever, like people are gonna know what you look like.
Then the movie hits like full steam ahead speed because much crap happens. It's like awesome. Well, Cohagen really needs more space because Earth doesn't have space anymore. We're going to wipe the colony out. We're going to make a fake war. We're going to go exterminate.
We're going to go invade the colony, which that's where everyone that comes from that builds everything that you make. Why would you try to kill them?
And like, do they not have access to your news because your news channels are promoting?
Right.
God, yeah. This is where and I can't remember the original movie a little bit here.
Yeah.
Again, could be 80s campiness, and I'm like, yeah, roll with it. This, oh God,
we're gonna go invade because we need more space. I feel like if that was your issue, I feel like they should have been trying to get to Mars in this movie.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought the end all be all was. They're both rushing to Mars,
and they can't take everyone. So I think the better option, if I could rewrite the movie to improve it, is you use the fall or whatever to send some kind of nuke or something down to Australia and just kaboom out the other end.
Yeah, there's better opportunities in this completely. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's 80s movie. Actually, this isn't 80s. This is 90s. The first one was 1990.
Well, it might as well be the 80s. Yeah. It was probably made in like 89.
The cocaine from the 80s hadn't worn off on the writers.
Yeah, everybody was still on cocaine.
They are still. I mean,
yeah, apparently Bradley Cooper was doing cocaine all the way up to 2016. So hell, I don't know.
How wild is that? What is that guy's name? Oh my gosh.
Will Arnett.
Thank you. Will Arnett was his roommate, neighbor.
Yeah.
Will Arnett seems like the greatest human being ever. Always. I've always been like, yeah, he's kind of a creep. I've read that story. Like, that is phenomenal. That's such a good, like, I don't know.
I gotta listen to the episode. I just haven't listened to it.
It's Preston. It's so good. Just everything you think about Will Arnett holds. Bradley Cooper, yeah, he's cool, but like, kind of a junkie. That's the wrong word. Just kind of a.
He had a very
he's too handsome to be cool, I
mean, he had a very successful career while he was doing cocaine. So hell, what do I know?
Next week, brought to you by cocaine. Preston and I will be hitting it up our noses. Yeah.
What if the world was on the back of a turtle?
Have you ever seen the inside outside of a sock and thought this was the life that we always wanted? That was too real. But you get the dumb. God, that's a harsh switch over. Yeah, so
cocaine dreams to the end of Total Recall.
I am hitting Coca-Cola. You get the crazy like double agent.
Yeah.
Downstairs had commentary of double wham. I don't know what that means, but
double wham. All right.
Yeah. So you figure out Cranston's going to move in. He's going to wipe it out. Mm-hmm. He's got no thing. This is where this movie really sucks. The end game
just did not 100% finish it. I was like,
no. Okay. I mean, like, I know how movies work. I've been involved with a couple of like bigger stuff, like. And sadly, I know they film a lot of these things sequentially.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, you don't have money.
Right.
So what you have is a really weird, lazy fight between a super robot and Colin Farrell.
And an old man.
That robot should, like, annihilate his brain when he punches him.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Like, yeah, it gets bad.
The way you've set up these robots is that, like, they're basically indestructible, but I'm gonna assume because I 100% did not watch the end of this movie.
But I will say I hated the whole. Colin Farrell legit like fist punches this robot in the head.
That's what I figured.
And the robot responds, and it's like, what? No. But then to beat him though, he takes his pistol. What we saw in the first part, he welds the point.
He's showing that guy how to weld, and he shoots the.
Yeah. And I went, all right, I'm in with this. Right. But this was the point where I said the original was better. Everything up to now, I said this is way better.
Yeah.
Now I need yes. No.
Cohagen dies, of course. I guess they destroy the fall machine. I'm not sure.
Yeah. He gets pushed onto that dropper, and they all blow up. But Jessica Biel is Kate Beckinsale's still alive.
Yeah,
But she puts on the necklace in the hospital, the
in the ambulance.
Ambulance. Thank you. Almost said emergency vehicle. Which I love Colin Farrell's characters like, you don't have the scar. They never show it to the camera.
Yeah, because like when she first comes up, like he sees Kate Beckinsale at first, and then it snaps back to Jessica Biel, and you're like, oh, he was just dreaming or whatever. And then he does check the hand, and he's like, oh no. And then they have a fight in the ambulance and falls out, and somebody shoots her. I think it's Jessica Biel that shoots her.
No. He shoots her. He doesn't.
Oh, okay.
He kills her. Then she walks up and she's like, I'm cold. Give me a blanket. Yeah, no, he kills her. Okay. She comes up and hugs him. And then you get the like good ending, I guess. I don't know, man. It's a weird segue.
It's a happy ending. You know, the world's back the way it was. The president's dead.
I don't remember the original movie at this point, but this movie suffers from switchover problems. Like you have like holographic or switchover things like 5 times. Like, no, Kate Beckinsale's not your wife. No, Jessica Biel's not your thing. This is not your thing. This is
And if you saw the original, you kind of saw those twists coming.
Oh yeah, because they were on a lot more coke. Again, going back to cocaine. This episode brought to you by cocaine. Preston, who do you think would have played Douglas Quaid?
Now?
No. Who do you think instead of Colin Farrell?
I'm sure they asked Keanu Reeves.
No.
Oh.
I'll give you
Bradley
one more.
Cooper?
Nope.
Oh.
Tom Hardy.
I could see that. Yep.
Michael Fassbender.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. And I said, ooh, Michael Fassbender in this role. We've seen Assassin's Creed. He's a good actor with a crap script. This could have been good.
Yeah. Maybe. So we move on to our next segment that we haven't named yet.
Things better than this bullcrap. Well, I think we both have been watching. We both saw Thor.
Yes. I would recommend
seeing anything. Yeah, I would too. It's getting good reviews. The critics are whatever, but I think that's the point of it.
Yeah. I came out of the movie entertained. I didn't come out thinking like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
I think I'm hitting the point now where I need
to watch it again.
I do need to watch it again, but I need to see like all these Marvel things. What are we aiming towards? Because all of it just seems like, and I think that's the point. It's everyone recovering from the bullcrap. Screw it. What are we doing? Who's coming aboard? What's going on? Which Loki kind of, you told me, and I forgot, Kang, but
yeah, because the only things that I've seen that I'm like, oh man, that's the Marvel's still got it, was like WandaVision came out, and I was like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Loki came out. I was like, yes, this is great.
Moon Knight, I was in.
Moon Knight was good till the end.
But that's standalone. Like, it doesn't touch
pretty
anything.
Much, yeah.
So
I think they'll sign Oscar Isaac again.
Yeah.
And then multiverse, Spider-Man No Way Home blew it out the water. Great.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Shang-Chi, great.
Yep.
Multiverse of Madness was pretty good. Everything else.
But there's no. Yeah. I don't know. I loved. I think you can sum it up. Thor. Wow. Chris Hemsworth and I can't remember what I referred to him as, so I'm gonna try and make it as bad as I can. Okay. Taika Waititi.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The two of them didn't know there was going to be a Thor Will Return at the end of the movie.
At the end of Ragnarok, or into this one?
Did not know. No, this one.
Man.
They watched the premiere, and apparently both of them said, did you know this? Neither of them did.
That's not cool.
No, but apart from that,
TD can at least be like, I don't have to do it.
yeah, I think that guy's done, man. I think he is just washing his hands. But
if you watch some of the press he did for this movie, it was like
he's not in it.
He wasn't like enthusiastic. I don't think so.
No,
I think they did. They tried to do a lot in this movie, and I think Marvel kind of like shot a bunch of it down.
Yeah, like Ragnarok, they gave him a blank check.
Yeah,
and they said, you were so successful, we're going to control you on this one.
Yeah, which I feel like they didn't do that to James Gunn.
No, not as much.
Because I think
they controlled him more because of James Gunn.
Those are the two most like successful MCU directors, and other than the Russo brothers, and they just like felt like they just hamstrung YTD on this one. But
I know this is weird, but like, did you think Star-Lord was lame in that movie?
In this movie?
Yeah.
In Thor? Yeah. I mean, well, they were only in it for like 10 minutes. It's like,
yeah, which that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Other than that, I finished The Boys, which I would recommend if you've got a good stomach, you don't mind obscenities, and dang, man.
Look out for Herogasm.
That season.
Herogasm is an episode.
Yeah, it is an episode this season. I'm going to go ahead and lay it out here. You can cut this out.
Okay.
There's your pause. If you don't want to see penis up close and macroscoped, I wasn't ready for it. Like, oh, yeah. But what a good story. I mean, like,
in that scene, I was like, where's he crawling? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah. No.
What
are you watching on there?
I
didn't make English just now. I just said blah, 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 blah.
What are you? I know what you're trying to say. The Northman with Skarsgård.
Good?
Great. Excellent movie.
I gotta watch that. Okay.
Crazy, wild visuals. Some action that make you go, oh. Yeah. They did that. All right.
I have a bad taste for Norwegian stuff. My family's not all Norwegian people, but
yeah,
I watched Valhalla.
That looked like a cheap Vikings to me. Like,
no, the movie way back. Oh, Valhalla Rising. Yeah. It's like a horror movie. It is.
Gotcha.
Very disturbing. So everything now, I'm like, it's going to be that. But yeah, I got to watch that. So,
the next thing I have started playing and watching the Netflix series The Witcher.
Ooh, I've watched the first season.
I started The Witcher 3 the other day. The first season confused the hell out of me because I didn't know there were multiple timelines until like the 6th or 8th episode. I was like, what the hell are we doing? What is going on?
There's multiple timelines?
Yeah. Exactly.
The first season. Okay, I need to watch that again.
Yeah, like exactly. I didn't figure that out until like the 6th episode.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry. Got it. I'm there. No, I'm not.
And then lastly, as always, Westworld still going on. Watching that.
Ooh, I'm like a season or two behind there.
Yeah,
I got to catch up.
Well, since you've made it this far in the podcast, take a few minutes to leave a review, rate it everywhere you can.
Yeah, if you paint a 5 out of 5 and spray paint it on your stomach and take a picture, I will pretend like I'll send you $5.
Yeah, because I control all the email and social media. Please don't send
that. In that case, let me just ramble on. No, just kidding. Sorry. No one doing anything.
Speaking of which, if you have a suggestion, you can leave that at secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. We are at Second Take Movies on Instagram. Jake, thanks for another week of watching a movie. Oh, what'd you rate Total Recall before we leave?
6.
6.2. That's where I'd give a flat 6. So
yeah, it's worth a watch. You're not going to watch it again.
Yeah, it's like if you can turn it on like a Saturday afternoon when you're working on something and be like, oh, they're doing that now. Cool.
I
All
will
right.
say the CGI, the effects, they are way
Pretty good.
far ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you can watch it today and say, yeah, this is good.
All right. So we will see you next week for another movie.